So here we have a project, and it is going to stay as a project. My aim for this one day's worth of work is to make this project look like an engine. It is a Caledonian 7¼ inch tank locomotive, and first thing I get to is I do a hydraulic test on the boiler, because it really does sell a project if you can sell a boiler with a full hydraulic ticket. Now it has got a few leaks, one here from the regulator manifold, the steam manifold from the front of the boiler. It's not an actual structural leak, it's a plumbing leak. There's a little verdigris up on the superheater tubes in the boiler. No obvious leaks within the firebox. I'm just getting it all pumped up to 200 psi and checking for any structural leaks within the boiler. As I say, the only leaks I found today were through the fittings. It did lose pressure quite easily through all the accumulated leaks, especially the regulator wasn't seating, so it was coming out through the superheaters. Then it's a case of getting all the bits together. Now this engine came to us in boxes, and it's never an easy thing to sell, is a box full of locomotive. So in one piece it makes a lot more sense to the customer. So my aim for today is to put this engine back into one piece so we can photograph it and get advertised for sale up on the Steam Workshop projects page. Now, we didn't strip this engine. Previous owners stripped it. I think we actually bought it from another guy who does a bit of wheeling and dealing. So he didn't strip it. I've got a box full of bits, no pictures, and I'm just going to spend the day figuring this out. It's one big jigsaw puzzle. We get a lot of projects in at the Steam Workshop. We get a lot of really nice models in, which are fully complete, ready to go. But a lot of it comes in pieces. And this is fully stripped. So there's the cab, the tank, the smoke box, the ash pan, another running board parts, the frames completely stripped down. There's one bolt holding the ends in, and yeah, axles have had some work done. Brand new axles. Brand new crank pins as well. Also, it's got brand new axle boxes, and everything else is just in lots and lots of boxes. And as I found out, there is a lot of fixings that are still missing, and it's clear that there's still quite a lot to do in this project. These brand new axle boxes here, a little bit rusty. I had to clean them off, and so I could identify the pairings on them. A couple of odd stampings on them. There were stamped A, B, C, D, E, and I think it was like a P on the other one, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But yeah, it's just a case of trying to figure out where things go. I've got 3 frame stretchers I need to put in, I've got cylinders to go on, and yeah, it's just a process of working through. What did I call it earlier? It's forensic engineering. So just trying to figure out what goes where and what not. So yeah, getting the frame bolted up is the first thing, figuring out what stretchers go in what locations, running fixings through so it can all be in one piece. One of the big problems we have with projects is being able to maneuver them. We've got a big storage area which is actually above my head at the moment, up on the mezzanine. We've got a big storage area where part of it is dedicated for the built engines, part of it is dedicated for the projects. So the boxes and boxes of bits that we've got of quite a lot of engines in stock at the moment. And this was just a case of, it takes up a lot of space when it's in pieces. You can't really imagine very easily what the engine will look like when it's done. And me going through it here, I can tell any potential customer what has been done, what still needs to be done, and give them a little bit of an outline on how big a project it is. One of the remits of this was looking at the potential of us actually getting this engine running, and we weigh up the factors of how much the engine is worth in its project form versus how much we've paid for it, and also how much it would be worth as a running viable locomotive. And also I'm thinking about time schedule. I've got a lot on my plate at the moment. Effie is an ongoing project that's currently off at Shop Blast and at the Boilermakers for work getting on. So I've got a little bit of a lull. So I've taken care of a couple of trolleys this week, and I was fast for a job, and so I was like, oh yeah, pop that back together. And yeah, so I like a little bit of a challenge and something different. It's nice to be able to do a project where I don't have to finish the engine. I am just putting it back into a cosmetic, what's the word, cosmetic, it's a cosmetic build, so I'm just making it look like an engine, not even putting all the fastenings in. I like put 4 bolts in the cylinders instead of the 15 that's supposed to be in it, and I put a couple of bolts in the cylinder covers, and just trying to make everything presentable. So I clean the rods, I de-rust things. As this has been going through its restoration by a previous owner, it's had new axle boxes made, it's had new horn keeps put in. So on this one there wasn't even any horn keeps. Yeah, so the horn boxes were in place, there was no horn keeps, there was no holes for the horn keeps. So I have to drill out and tap some holes and make some plates so I can actually bolt the axles in with the wheel sets. And here's me actually drilling and tapping. Got lots of holes to drill and tap, and then I'll make up some plates with some holes in, just so I can hold the wheels in place, because we want to be able to manoeuvre this locomotive in one piece so we can roll it around, lift it without anything falling out. I put all the brake gear back on, as well as all the wheel sets. I put all the rods back on, and yeah, it's as I say, it's just a cosmetic. Put it back together so you can see the wood for the trees, and you can actually better understand what is for sale here at the Steam Workshop. Most of what I've done since starting at the Steam Workshop is working on projects. I've done a lot of commissioning of engines, but predominantly I have done rebuilds. So taking a tired old engine and going through the process of restoring it, modifying most of the engines I've worked on, where we're doing something completely different, and playing around with the design aspect of designing and building locomotives, which is also branching now into us doing new builds. So yeah, we built an engine last year, a fully EV locomotive which lives at Audley End. I haven't done any video of that. I've got about a terabyte's worth of footage which I may or may not edit into a video. Not quite sure. Struggling for finding the time and energy to be able to edit these videos. Having carried out quite a lot of work, putting this engine today, that's 8 hours worth of assembly, or partial assembly, just so it looks like a locomotive, which is a crazy amount of work just for something to be able to sell. But we think it makes it more sellable. We factor in how much money we make when we buy and sell locomotives, and also there's a potential scope for us to restore this in the future if it's just sat there for ages, and we have the time to. But we've got a lot coming up. As I say, I'm mid restoration on Effie, and we've got another electric build coming in. So yeah, a lot going on. But yeah, just a final spray with WD, good wipe down, make it nice and shiny. Much like when you see them photographing cars, wet cars always look really nice. So we get that nice, almost wet look with the WD-40 spray. And it also adds a little bit of protection to the materials as well. But yeah, I think this is quite a nice engine, and if we had more time and I was looking for a project, this would definitely be on the cards to do. It's got lovely injectors on top of the tanks there. Really, I haven't seen those before. We've got water control valves built into the injector, and all the cab fittings are quite nice. I don't like the red inside the cab. It needs to be a little bit brighter in there. But yeah, all in all, a really nice looking project, and yeah, hopefully soon to be listed through the project section of the Steam Workshop website. And that basically brings it to the end of this video. This was just a day's work for me. It was just a little bit of a different direction, just throwing back together this project and getting it out there to you guys. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers as well. And yeah, I shall catch you hopefully tomorrow. I'm going to get an Effie video sorted out. And yeah, you might well see another video tomorrow. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. and I'll see you in the next video.